you know, I always call my wife like, after Jesus, that's like my greatest choice. Marriage, in the beginning, do you know what I mean? There's the late nights you go at McDonald's and you're, you know what I mean? And your slippers, your Crocs and your, do you get what I'm saying? So yeah, marriage was magic. And then kids.
You know when you used to like, I don't know, have football matches at school or like assemblies and stuff like that?
Being there.
My dad was never at any of them things for me personally, innit? It's like, oh, I look at my calendar at work, I've got a meeting or whatever. Now I'm really like, I have to bun that meeting. I'm sorry, like I don't need to, I have to be there.
And like, it's so funny because growing up, we could have said that, like you weren't there, but now we got cameras. So even now, if my son ever, oh, Dad, you never, I've got a photo of you probably every day.
What was that?
Every day. You took the picture?
Yeah.
Huh? Holy Spirit, I took the picture. Are you all right?
The word for this episode devotion is marriage is often portrayed as a picture-perfect love story, but behind closed doors, it's where the real life happens. It's where patience is tested, sacrifices are made, and forgiveness is practiced daily. A strong marriage isn't about looking perfect to the outside world. It's about leaning on God and each other when no one else is watching.
Facts.
Yeah.
Marriage, is literally about what happens in those four walls when people aren't watching.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think that's the best way to kind of even just sum it up. Because, that thing there, it's a blessing, but if you're not ready to come off your high horse, let's say at times, it could easily be a curse and disaster.
Yeah.
100%.
Like there's times where like I watch these shows and I'm like, the person like, I got married to my missus after 5 months. I'm like, how?
That's me.
5 months?
Yeah, 5 months short.
Yeah, like imagine me just meeting a girl on Hinge or Bumble or whatever, and after we go for a date, 3 dates. We go on holiday together and like, do you know, I propose to her like that. I don't know if that can work for me, man.
To be fair, I told someone I was gonna marry my wife the day I spoke to her.
That's different, but you eventually married her.
But you got to know her.
Yeah.
But I knew
that was the one
from day one.
Yeah,
That's amazing, though. That's really good.
I knew from day
Ria said the same thing to her friend as well.
Oh, mad.
Yeah, but she went off and done her thing. I would have done my thing. We came back.
Then you came back together.
Yeah. That's nice though.
It's good when you can kind of spot it from that early sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like for me, we were in uni, so I guess you could think, oh yeah, I'm really into this person and that, but you have to get through uni. We have to go back into the real world and then see if everything still works, which is obviously the case. So
uni is so fake though.
Yeah.
You can live like husband and wife in uni for a time.
Yeah.
When you come back to London and you meet, it's different.
Literally. From going and living maybe a road apart, 5 minutes apart or whatever, to now living on opposite sides of London, or one person maybe not living in London. Imagine like, it wasn't our story, but you lived in London and your partner was from wherever, a different part of the country, and you guys just met in uni, like it's an ask sort of thing. But yeah, man, marriage on the mind today. You wanna run the intro?
Well, episode 4, man, of the Dadicated podcast, man. We are joined by a talented individual, man.
Yes, sir.
Honestly, man, Happi. If you don't know Happi, I don't know you guys. You guys are living under a rock.
Wow. Patrick Star.
Just exactly Patrick Star from. Like Happi is like making noise on like all social media platforms, as well as in his music as well. Back in the day, like you've collaborated with one of the biggest artists in all around the world and stuff. So, yeah, man, you done bits, man.
I appreciate it. Yeah, man, trying my best, working hard.
Speaks for himself, man.
Yeah,
you know what I mean, fam?
Working hard, doing what I can. Do you know what I mean? Especially musically, always been the focus. But yeah, man, I think now it's more looking at other things and looking at ways that I can help others, and pour into others. I've always done that. I've always like worked with young people, etc. But I think now it's like something I'm intentionally doing. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, music. And it's so funny because a lot of the things that I've achieved or done, I talk about this with my wife all the time. A lot of the stuff that I achieve or have done that have been great, I look past. I'm like, nah, it's not enough.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Celebrate your wins, man.
Yeah, which I agree. Don't get me wrong, but I think because I feel whole with Christ, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
The wins of accolades and stuff aren't that great anyway. So I'm like, well, if Jesus loves me and that's the win, and when I die, I go and see him, and so everything's kind of sorted then.
Yeah, you're patterned.
But while I'm here, I might as well be the best at whatever it is I do. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Might as well
In
kill
the
it.
meantime,
I've got all this time to burn. Do you know what I'm saying? Might as well smash it. So it's so funny because I'm like, it's not that I don't celebrate the wins, but I guess I don't see them as wins more for the value of them. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like, millions of streams, Billboard chart, whatever. All right.
Come on, humble brag.
going. Keep
brag.
going.
Come on, man.
That's cool. Like, it's cool.
Yeah.
But like, I knew Jesus loved me before that stuff. So I'm like, and again, that's cool. But if I'm not treating my wife well, or looking after my son, or being a good friend to my friends, or being a good, son to my mum, or sibling to my siblings, or just a good person to people, in my opinion, it don't matter.
What does it all mean? Yeah.
So I don't know. I guess when your value system changes, wins look different. I think that's what it is.
Absolutely. I think that's perfect segue, man, to the first question to ask you guys. For you guys, what does marriage look like behind closed doors?
I mean, let's set the scene first. So,
Whoa, candlelight dinner, late night
in terms of so the viewers know like the perspective we're coming from. So, okay, I've been married for 7 years.
Wow.
I've got 2 kids, right? So, Happi, what's your equivalent?
I've been married for 3 years.
Same. We got married same year. 2020.
No, 21.
21. Oh no, then
Okay.
I'm 3
years though, right?
Yeah, you're 3 years.
I'm 2 years.
He's gonna
I'm
be
2.5
he's gonna be
years.
3 years this year.
Yeah, because I got married December 21 anyway.
Okay. Yeah.
But I've been married for 3 years, but been with my wife for 11 years.
Yeah,
That's where we was the same.
Yeah, man, didn't it? 11 years.
yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah.
And then I've got 1 kid, sorry.
And 1 kid.
Almost forgot my kid.
So 2 years, approaching 3 years this year, and been with my missus for 11 years as well. Yeah, it feels longer than that. On a good way.
Yeah.
On a positive way, bro. On a positive way, it feels longer than
Yeah.
that because I could have been with her for eternity, and it's nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, I've got 2 kids. 2 kids, 2 boys, 2 bouncing baby boys. Are they
Bouncing
babies?
baby boys.
They're definitely not baby boys.
They're not baby boys no more, fam.
I'm trying to think.
Even my own kid ain't a baby boy anymore. So.
He's a big boy now.
He's a toddler, yeah. He's a big boy.
I think I see on your TikTok.
He's a big boy.
Yeah.
He's a big boy.
Yeah. So guys, how does marriage look like behind closed doors? Like day to day, how are we managing this situation we have found ourselves / put ourselves in?
I don't know about you guys, but like marriage was, I don't know why, but marriage was easy. It was always easy. Marriage for me was like the most like, I always call my wife like, after Jesus, that's like my greatest choice.
Yeah,
like
100%.
marriage.
He's got a wave. He's got
the bars, man.
But yeah, married like awesome, like so fun. I remember like, and this is the thing. This is why I'm separating 2 things, and I'll explain.
Yeah.
Marriage, in the beginning, do you know what I mean? There's the late nights you go at McDonald's and you're, you know what I mean? And your slippers, your Crocs, and you're, do you get what I'm saying? Listening to Rihanna in the car, you know what I mean? We found love. Do you know what I mean? You're in the supermarket in the trolley, pushing each other around, laugh. Do you know what I mean? You're living. So yeah, marriage was magic. And then kids. When you have a kid, marriage starts to
skew it.
dance a bit. Do you know what I'm saying? And that's really tough. That's tough. Not because the marriage gets tougher, but you're now, both of you are splitting everything in the middle. All the patience I have splits.
Yeah.
All the love I have ends up splitting because I'm a human being. I don't have the unlimited capacity. And again, that's why you have to lean on God, because the only person with unlimited source is Him.
Yeah.
But like all these things kind of split, and then you're having to find different ways to fill yourself, because obviously the same things that you were doing with your wife, you guys aren't doing anymore. So you're taking time, you know, quality time here and there. So I think that's, especially when you have kids, the behind closed doors changes completely.
Yeah.
Because kids just adds a whole different dynamic to the whole thing.
Yeah. All of a sudden you have to give attention elsewhere. That attention that was just, you know, your wife and maybe your one other endeavor, your career, whatever.
Yeah.
You've got to now split it again, like you mentioned. Give it to your child.
Look,
then check in on your wife. That is, I guess, the primary caregiver, like in some cases.
Yesterday, I was holding my wife, you know what I mean? Feeling a bit, you know, I'm trying to get a little, I'm trying to get a little, you know what I'm saying? I'm just kissing my wife on the cheek. Do you know what my son did? Came next to us and went,
Jealous?
Can I even call him a cop block?
bro, no, rules, number one in the world.
Wow,
Yeah.
cop block,
I'm thinking, come on, man, I can't even, you know what I'm saying? You're in my ears doing that. So it's just, I think it's just managing that difference. And it's so mad because I love my son to
Of course.
death.
Yeah.
But I'm like, so managing that and keeping marriage and not just becoming parents. It can be tough, man.
And I think that's a lot of parents go through that, where it's like they become a parent and they just lose themselves. And then rather than becoming husband and wife, or, you know, happy and your wife, like it just becomes mum and dad.
Yeah, mum and dad.
And we try to stay away from that, man, because it's
I think
hard.
more so, you hear it probably more so from women than men, that, you know, I'm just a mother, or I'm a mother, and so I get where you're coming from, but no, you were a person before you got here, sort of thing. This is just like another role you've been blessed with, as opposed to this is who you are. Like, so
even though blessed for some, it doesn't feel like blessing.
it
can be a rough role.
Yeah, but I think it's just like, like it's just another hat you have to wear, as opposed to it's your complete identity now, which I think some people fall into.
I think as well, things have changed, like, because like, I think for myself, my brother, like we have kids, we love our partners. And so there is a narrative that I saw online, right, before we had a kid, that men like kind of leave the women to just look after the kid. And bro, like, don't get me wrong, I did not even know this was a thing. I'm like, there's no way. So every day, we're not like, you know, people took maternity or whatever, or paternity as a guy, but because I was working for myself, I was home for a year. A year! Like, I was home for a year. I would make content and go back to my son. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, and yes, of course, I can't breastfeed, even though my son, every now and again, he thinks that that's the case.
He'll try.
But, you know what I mean? Of course, I can't do those things. And there is also just the love between a mother and a child that, of course,
that's different. Inseparable.
But I'm about. Like, I'm really in this. And it's so funny because my mum was talking to me yesterday, because she was just saying about how like wonderful me and my brother are as fathers, because with her and my dad, like, she remembers there'll be certain things she'd have to do. She had to take like a pay cut because she needed to drop my brother at school. So she would take a pay cut, even though my dad was at home. He could have, but she had to start later. Imagine, and she was like a lecturer, teacher. Imagine a teacher can't do first lesson. Because, and there's someone that could actually do the job. But I'm like, so what are these guys doing? Like, if you're not there for your kid? And I guess having such a kind of...
Is it like a traditional way to live? Like, obviously, back home, or even some, like in the olden days, like, the fathers will leave the wife to go do everything, and the fathers will go out and hunt and come home, and everything will be sorted out.
Times have changed, like,
we should be living like
one
that.
man you don't even need to leave your house to hunt. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like, I just always thought it was such an interesting narrative, especially because I would say certain things to people and they'll be like, oh yeah, that's what my wife experiences. And I'm like, what about you?
What about you?
I'm going through the same thing. What are you talking about? Do you know what I'm saying? But for some man, especially, and I think I would say this was difficult for me anyway, because I work from home, I'm a business owner, I'm hustling, grinding. It was easy to get lost in, I'm at home, my son's here, great distraction. Now I'm struggling to work. But I know for men that go out and work and like go to an office, you kind of have that break mentally.
Yeah.
So I kind of wish I had that,
Yeah.
you know, in working because man, I was just home. And then even when it was time to kind of work, I'd be like, but look at him.
Yeah. Why don't you go? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, why not work? I love my son. I want to play
You want
with
to
him,
be,
you know what I'm saying?
you want to be present.
So yeah, man.
I had that same problem as well. Like, I wouldn't really call it a problem, but that same situation where it's like, obviously, this is my space where I come to work. And there's certain days I'm like, you know, I want to be there to pick him up from school.
Yeah.
I want to be there to go and do certain things for him. And like, if I come here, I'm going to miss all of that sort of stuff. So there's times where I remember when I first had my first son, and there was one day, like, I'll finish work. By the time I get home, going through the train and all that sort of stuff, it's 8 o'clock. My son goes to bed at 7. So I'm done. So as soon as I can't spend time with my son anymore. Yeah. I was like, do you know what, Bonnet? We're working from home from now on. Yeah.
Straight.
It works for me. I want to be here for my son's progress. I want to see certain things. I think even when one of my boys, they walked or done something special, my wife got on camera. I wasn't there to experience it. So I'm like, flip sake. Like, I should have been there.
Yeah.
But, you know,
That's so funny because me and my wife have the opposite. So I caught everything because I was always there. But because she works like a job, an office job, she was in the office maybe twice a week or once a week when after her maternity leave, she actually took another job because it was a much better job and she had to go in. And so the days that she would go in, I would have him that day. I would be at home and I would have him. And people say like, because there was a guy on TikTok that said he's a stay-at-home dad, but he was working. I'm like, bro, that's not a stay-at-home dad. You're working from home and your son's there.
Yeah.
Stay at home. I know it looks like to be stay at home. You can't work.
You're not doing anything.
There's nothing you can do. That baby's on your lap. He's moving, he's eating, you can't
doing
work.
everything, bro.
You're doing everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, those days I would be like that. And I would capture everything. He said, Dada. He all the weird sounds, the cooing. I caught his first laugh on camera. Do you get what I'm saying? And I love that I was able to do that and be there. Do you get what I'm saying? But it's mad now because he's a year and a half. And now I'm ready to get back in the world. I'm like, I want to travel, I want to get out of here.
Be outside.
Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm ready to be outside. But it's so mad because even what you're saying, like, I don't think, other than maybe once or twice, I've been out past 10 p.m. since he's been born. I want to see him.
Go to bed.
When she says to me, he's sleeping.
Burning.
You've missed that thing of the day.
I'm like, are you serious? Like, he's gone to sleep. And then I think about whoever it is that and especially, you know, these days in our career, a man's not paid or this thing's not worked out. And I'm thinking, so you held me from seeing myself for no reason.
Wow. Also nothing as well is like, as I had kids, that saying that you can say to someone, bro, I'm a father, you know. Swear. No, leave.
Yeah.
That's too real. Let it through. It's a blessing, man.
Yeah.
I realized at some point last year that, like, in terms of like quality time I was spending with my children was literally just when I was putting them to bed. Like when I was getting them ready for bed and reading them bedtime story or whatever and just giggles and messing around, tickling and just that kind of play. But it's like, ultimately it's got a cap because I know you guys need to go to bed at this certain time. So it's like, okay, what am I doing in my life that I need to rearrange? So at least, you know, I'm working during the day, but this has to cut off at some point. And I don't have the excuse of I'm not necessarily traveling anywhere. I'm in the house, innit? So by the time they come back from school, they come back from school by 3 or whatever. I've got till 7 p.m. when they're going to bed. Like, give them this time, give your family this time. And still a work in progress and trying to do that as much as possible. But like these little things. I remember, like, you mentioned picking up your son from school. You know, when you used to, like, I don't know, have football matches at school or like assemblies and stuff like that.
Being there.
My dad was never at any of them things for me personally, innit? Like, so, like, now, and still the knee-jerk reaction is when my missus says, oh, this and that is coming up or whatever. It's like, oh, I look at my calendar at work, I've got a meeting or whatever. Now I'm really like, I have to bun that meeting. I'm sorry, like, I don't need to, I have to be there. Like, because I know how I felt when my dad wasn't present and my mum was killing herself to move things around so she could come. Like, I know how I felt. So, like, whether he's content or not with his mum just being there, you're never gonna turn around to me and say you weren't there or this, that, the other. I have to make a way. I have to try at least, you know.
And like, it's so funny because growing up, we could have said that, like, you weren't there, but now we've got cameras. So even now, if my son ever, Dad, you never. I've got a photo of you probably every day.
What was that?
Every day. You took the picture.
Yeah.
Holy Spirit. I took the picture. Are you all right?
Yeah.
So but I get that because I did athletics for long before music or anything. It was 100% that I was going to be an athlete. I was supposed to go to the Olympics. I was a shot putter. I almost did it for England. I was killing it, right? But I got injured and then that was it. Done. Career over. But I did athletics and we used to go everywhere, up and down the country. And honestly, it's even emotional saying, without fail, I'll be doing my thing, throw in, I'll look in the crowd randomly. Because we traveled up in a bus, all of us, the parents came, my mum is standing there on her own, on the side of the tin, with jollof and orange in the bag.
Half-time meal.
Come, you want it? Mum, I'm throwing. God, no, this is for you. And I'll win my medal. I gave my mum every medal. Yeah. And she'll go home. She'll be there for 30 minutes and go home. And I'll never forget my dad. I don't think my dad ever saw me. And again, my relationship with my dad was different. My dad wasn't really in the house. He was in the house for a period of time, then he wasn't at all. So it was weird in that sense, but without fail. Like, and so for my son, like, there's not, and again, like I said, when your wins and what success looks like changes, I don't care what you can't give me a Grammy, a Brit, for me to miss like my son's first play. Sorry, I don't care. Do you get what I'm saying? It's only maybe a certain amount of bread that. Then there's a conversation.
Even still, the bread is probably indirectly for him.
I can buy you a new game or your first dance. I can buy you a new first dance if you want first dance. Do you get what I'm saying? But it's unlikely. Do you get what I'm saying? Because I'm just like, I want to be there. It's not even for him, it's for me. I want to be there. I'm trying to experience that. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah, man. It's rough though.
Not very rough, man.
It's not easy to do all these bits. In terms of like roles, again, within the four walls, do you and your partners play like any kind of quote unquote gender roles, or who does this, or does everyone just chip in everywhere? Like,
so I'm the I think in the house, obviously, Rhea is obviously a woman. Like there's certain things she doesn't know as a man that I'll have to teach my kids. Like obviously both kids are circumcised, so even just simple things like teach them how to clean or pee. I taught one of my kids to stand up and pee. And he said he does that at school. So I was like, oh, show me, do it now. Let me see. So he done it and he peed all over the thing. I was like, okay, cool. That's where I need to probably step in now and show you. So like just holding it and just like show you how to do it. It's like, stuff like that. Like, just teaching the kids a certain way to how to move as a man. Even just like, what else is there that was there? It was all like how you talk to women. I always say, Alex, to women, like how you play around women as well. Just make sure you're like, using that as well. And just basically that. Because Rhea can teach a certain amount. I'm a man, I know more, so I can teach them. Shit, they're gonna kill that. They're gonna kill you.
I just want to say, even being a man, I probably know less than my wife.
No, I mean in terms of what men go through.
Yeah, if that's how you want to.
Let me word it properly. So as a man, I know what men. I know how from a young age,
man's point of view,
I know more, so I can teach the kids a bit more on how to like pee or do certain things and whatnot that Rhea wouldn't want to do. So obviously the same thing as a girl. If we had a daughter, it would be the same thing. I don't know.
You leave her to take the lead on certain things.
They're gonna clip that. They're gonna mesh it.
And I just want to say again, I know as the appropriate amount.
Yeah, I know that.
And my wife knows as much as she would like to know.
I even come here and say I know nothing.
That's a better way to go. To be fair.
With my son right now, I think where I'm kind of on him, although he's only 6, I'm on him like, don't answer back. Stop speaking to your mum rough, like, because it's like, why do I have to do this and what? Like, it just little things which I'm sure we've all done, but it's them pushing the boat, seeing how much they can maybe get away with and stuff like that. And it's like, no, everyone speaks to each other here, or needs to speak to each other here with respect.
Yeah, of course.
As opposed to, we're not like your friends in the playground. And I guess it's finding that middle ground that we spoke about, which is often you know, you want to be a cool dad and everything like that, but at the same time, you need to instill respect and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think in terms of like gender roles, and me and my wife have always said like, firstly, like, I'm not even to toot my own horn, I'm not insecure. Like I've been a G from a long time.
There you go.
Do you know what I mean? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I don't really feel. I don't feel no way about my wife making more money. I don't feel about my wife. No way about my wife going. Like I'm a real. Do you know what I mean? Real.
Live your raps.
Real. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. I ain't never been one to chase anyone or nothing. That's just not me. Do you know what I'm saying? Because I've always been very okay. But I think we would always say, and my wife, to be fair, is exactly the same. But we've always said that gender roles tend to make it much easier to function. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because there's things that you just fall into, but my wife has a natural knack at nurturing and wanting to cook. I can cook. I can throw down. Oh no, I can throw down. Like the other day, I made a chicken. Do you get what I'm saying? Sometimes, to be fair, I didn't make the chicken. Waitrose made the chicken, but I brought it back. And then I did my own thing.
Africanized it.
I did my own thing to the chicken. Bro, and I left it there and I went out because I had something. I come back, my wife's torn apart the chicken.
There you go.
Because man's got it like that. Yeah. So in terms of cooking, that's not an issue, but I mess the place up when I cook. Do you know what I'm saying? There's these natural things that I don't have the inclination to. And she doesn't mess the place up. So actually it's easier if she cooks because one, she cooks better, but also she's gonna manage how she cooks.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? So it's like, however, when it comes to like, we have so many different things that we do with our boiler and the heating and da-da-da. And honestly, anytime she touches it, everything's broken. The whole place is broken. There's no heating. Do you get what I'm saying? So it's just better that I do that stuff. Do you get what I'm saying? So I think that's it. But I'm naturally an authoritative person. Not like, that sounds crazy. I'm talking about,
He's not a narcissist, as Twitter will say, narcissist.
I'm talking about with my children. Like I'm an authoritative parent. I am that way inclined. I think I saw the good in that for both my dad and my mum. My dad when he was around, and my mum for my whole life. I've seen the power in being loving and caring and forgiving, but also authoritative and clear and giving clear instruction, etc. So that's the way I am, I think, as a parent. But also the way I love my wife is very fatherly. But I'm a fatherly lover, if that makes sense. I love very paternally. So I'm going to think about your safety first. I'm going to think about, do you know what I mean? Like, and that's with anybody, you know, anybody that asks me anything, my question is how, are you going to be safe? Are you going to be good? Are you going to be, do you know what I mean, protected? Are you going to be this or that? So I think, we just fell into the roles quite naturally. And so we don't think, sometimes like I do this and sometimes she does that. Like the other day, she changed all the light bulbs in the kitchen. I still don't know how to do it. Do you know what I'm saying? And I would have done it, but again, you know, women, if you don't do it, they will do it.
They'll do it,
Which is fine by me. Like, they don't have to do it.
They do it and kiss their teeth.
Facts.
My thing is like, okay, this needs changing or whatever the case is. All right, cool. So I need to think. I need to think how much is going to cost X, Y, Z, whatever. Rosie would just get on with it. She'll go home base. She'll buy whatever needed. Blah, blah, she'll get to work. But I'm thinking like, okay, let me wait till the weekend when I've got time and address the issue. She's not on waiting. Like, she just gets straight to work. And I was like, okay, cool, sort of thing. But
which I have a lot of respect for. Man.
Yeah.
I think that's gangster. That's how you do.
Just go,
you get it done. And like literally, I watched her change light bulb, thinking, this girl, you're gonna break the whole. Wow, she sorted it.
Good,
done.
Man.
I was like, all right.
Let's move.
Yeah.
It's I think every household to themselves, innit? And I guess we all kind of do experience the same bits within marriage, but it's just down to how individually we manage it.
In terms of like dating and not dating, but like going on dates and doing stuff for you and your missus, obviously because you've got your kids, right? The kids, that's a different sort of thing, like taking to the park, that's calm. But in terms of you and your missus, do you guys have a lot of time together where you're able to do that?
See, the thing
or
is...
do you wish you had...
No, but because you guys are talking with kids that are substantially older.
Yes.
Remember, my kid is 1.5. So we've just kind of, you know, we've kind of come out of the World War baby, do you know what I mean? Like we just peeked our head out of the madness. But yeah, we wish, man. We wish we could do more, because it's mad when, that's what I'm saying about marriage, that's crazy. It's mad when you love each other, but like you've got this person that you also love that's kind of sharing your world.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, man, I wish we went on dates more. I wish we spent more time together. I mean, we try. Big up Jade, big up my mum. These are like, Jade is my wife's sister, like, because they'll take my son. Yeah, big up my sister. Like, they'll take my son and yeah, we get to enjoy ourselves. Do you get what I'm saying? And that stuff has been like a game changer. Yeah. But I think outside of doing the date stuff, what is good about me and my wife is we're very aligned in like ambition. So we'll talk about business. The other day, like, because she started YouTube, go watch her YouTube. She started YouTubing.
Amazing.
Oh no, I'll get in trouble if I plug it. Because she's shy, like I don't want to do that to her.
Of course.
But go watch it.
Go watch
it. I don't know what Dana ate. Go watch it. So anyway, but like she started YouTubing. So the other day we were up at she put the baby down at 10 something. We were up editing together. I'm doing the editing, she's editing. Like,
it feels good.
That gets me a bit bubbly. Same, bro.
I literally said this the other day, like being creative together, sort of thing. Like, having things that you guys can do together.
Oh,
whether it's
man.
traditional business,
Like we are like, because this is a whole nother thing, but that's one of the things that I value so much about me and my wife's relationship. Like, we live in an area that's very affluent. Not that, but we don't live in like an affluent part or place. You know, we rent a modest flat, do you get what I'm saying? But we live in a very affluent area. Bro, we'll drive around the area just to look
and see the house.
Just to say, yeah. I'm like, babe, would you? And she'll say, yeah, one day we go have it.
One day, that's us,
I'm like, this girl, you better get up. She playing. Because I love that. I love that level of shared ambition. And like, even her starting YouTube, it's like, in her head, she's like, yeah, I know you're doing your thing, but if I can even blow as well, we can all help.
Of course.
This girl, you want to get in the pants, blood. You're talking crazy. I was like, so big up my wife.
They're honestly right about that, man. Like, there's certain times there, like, for back in the day where, even now, the recent video that Rhea dropped in Sainsbury's, I remember, like, when we filmed it, I was like, Rhea, this is going to blow, right? You're going to this is going to take it to the next level. She goes, let me see it first. So we edited it and she watched and she goes, Lloyd, this is amazing. And she goes, Lloyd, you rarely laugh at my videos, but I saw you laughing. I was like, bro, I laugh. This is gold dust. This is gold dust, man, honestly. So it's nice when you have two people that can, work together and create together and just, it's a nice feeling, man. It's a nice feeling, man.
Even now, I'm sorry, I'm going to add, because obviously she's heavy on like the food thing. Like, so it's so funny because she always says, I never use my, I don't want to use the wrong word, my influence, unless it's to do with her. So like anywhere I go, if it's with my wife, I'll try get in there for free or whatever. I'll do whatever. If they want me to post, I'll post, as long as my wife gets the best treatment there. So obviously she started doing the food thing. I said, bro, because me and Keith Lee have interacted before. I sent stuff to Keith Lee. I'm like, I'll do whatever, because she's got that ambition. I'm like, bro, let's fan this flame until the house burns down. Everything burns down. And so even now, like, she loves food, the food stuff. And even after this, bro, I'm going to go get some food that, I know she'll like and take it home. Maybe we can try it on camp. You know what I'm saying? But I think because we don't get the romantic date night stuff, having that shared ambition, shared passion, shared dream allows us to still kind of connect on something, and I think that's so important.
That's romantic in itself, though.
Exactly, exactly. But some people won't see it like that. Do you get what I'm saying? Because they don't have that shared ambition. That if I took her studio tonight, she would hate it. Like, why are you taking me to studio for? But doing like something like, getting food or, you know what I mean? That's something that's more interesting.
Both got an interest in.
Yeah, exactly.
No, 100%. That's what it's about, man. like, for me, I think I said episode 1, like, I want my date nights back. I want to be able to just say, right, let's get out of here and
let's go to LA.
Let's just get out of here, man. Like, absolutely. But because I think there was a time after I'd got my first proper job after uni and stuff like that, I was working contract work. And anyone knows about contract work, you just get paid stupid amounts to do stuff that people sitting next to you are getting paid regular pay for. So we would go out. I was saving the money, But at the same time, I was using that opportunity. Let's go to these restaurants that you hear people talk about, and go to these places and have these holidays and stuff like that, and enjoy it. And you know, good thing we did, because then you get to kind of know each other on a different level, build that connection. Like you said, Happi, kids come into the picture, and then it's like you're fighting for your lives, fighting to stay connected and stuff like that. But yeah, we're kind of getting back to that. I think we've been super intentional about like dates, and like we try to say, okay, this month you're taking the lead on whatever we're gonna do for date night or whatever, and you know, we'll take it in turns and stuff like that.
What do you lot think it will take to like get exactly where you need to be in terms of like, to then be able to just have the date nights whenever you want, or you know, like because for some people it's different things that are the factors, but for you guys, what
is the kids growing?
I would like to say that,
now?
but I'm sure at this age, I can't imagine my kid being 16, 15 and me leaving the house then. I'm shook.
Oh, I'm leaving that guy.
You're talking about 16. I'm ready. When is it 4? As long as you can talk. Man.
Can you call
You'll be
police?
alright, man.
If you can call police, you'll
You'll
be
be
fine.
alright. But tell the Tubby Rugrats.
Yeah.
Put him in his, you do your thing, my guy.
I think, jokes aside, I think it's more like, you know, I think if you had more money, bigger space, bringing more people around. Like if we had like I don't know, if I live closer to my mum, or obviously we live close to my mother-in-law, but they will feel much closer to them.
Yeah.
They can come over and do it. But then again, they've got a life to live as well.
Exactly.
I said to my missus, I was like, listen, the day that her younger sister gets a boyfriend or gets a husband, yeah, we're pissed. Because she's always I'll go to that. She comes to the house, come look after the kids. Maybe she'll bring her husband or boyfriend in the house, or maybe we'll drop the kids to them. But she's always ride or die, man. Like, I remember one day we had a premiere to go to, and it was like last minute thing. We called her. She goes, "Yeah, I'll be there." She came straight on time.
Amazing.
So it's nice you can have that, but you know, one day she's gonna have a boyfriend or gonna have a husband one day that she's gonna have to attend to, and things will change. So
Yeah.
What do you think it will take?
Yeah, I think it's just the kids growing. But yeah, like I said, so our oldest is 6, but then at the other end we've got one that's soon to turn 2 years old.
Oh, so you're on the same.
Yeah, we're almost like out the trenches with one, but then there's another one.
Still
sort of
trenches, man.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So yeah, but I think, you know, we are being more and more intentional about spending that time with each other and with the family and stuff like that. So I think it's just continuing like that, and you know, like she always tells me, it's just a chapter. Right now, it's just a chapter of the book, of the story, and you know, soon we'll be out of that and into, you know, back to what we want as our norm sort of thing. So
do you know what I think it takes?
What?
Bread.
I mean, to a degree it does. To a degree it does. Yeah. But then, okay, so if you came into like silly money now, is it just a case of hiring a nanny to manage all of that?
I think it's kind of all of the above. I think obviously money spreads options. So you have the option of nanny, even when it comes to, because sometimes you feel the weight of, if we call her sister or we call my mum, but what if we could put my mum on a salary, or do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
She could just take it's
enough.
a completely different realm of existing. Yeah. In fact, and I've always said it, like, even the size of a house, like we live in a flat, we have space, but my son don't care about no space. He doesn't. He's
no boundary.
But if we had a bigger space, we'll be able to manage, and there will be moments that feel intimate with me and my wife because he's got his own stuff, and And obviously, I think as he gets older, it will be easier because he's still young. Yeah, he's still attached to his mom, all that kind of stuff. He's still attached to his dad as well. But I think, man, I wish someone said to me before we had a kid, just go and make some money. Go and make some more money. Really think about increasing your, your income, your cash flow. Yeah. Because it's not the kids that cost money. It's the cost of fighting for time. Yes. You know what I mean? That's what costs money. Because even little things like, you have to sort out this and sort out that. That something takes an hour. Something breaks. Rather than just being able to call someone and guarantee it'll be fixed because of the money you're paying them, you got to go through a procedure and it takes longer. Bro, most of the time you're just putting out fires. Do you know what I mean? So anyway, get money.
Unexpected stuff like parking fines and literally council tax such as randomly comes. I don't know. It's just
randomly, everything goes out.
Even bro. I had a peak situation. I think I told them random. I had a voice note you guys straight away. So I was trying to get on with life without paying TV license. So they changed it, right? No, it's fine. I've already sorted it.
Oh, okay.
Do you know they changed the law? You know about that?
He's good.
I'm good. Don't worry, I'm perfect. Do you know they changed the law?
On what? The TV license?
You don't. It's not only BBC you're paying for. You're paying for everything now.
Yeah.
So I didn't know that until. So obviously the guys come to my house, and obviously I told TV license last year that I only watch YouTube, so I don't pay TV license. She goes, yeah, that's fine. We'll cancel your thing, but someone's gonna come to us to come and check. So luckily, Ria was filming a video in the sitting room. So I get a knock on the door, bang, bang. This knock sounded like it came in Venom, innit? So I look for the people, I see a guy with his notepad, a backpack, and he had like something in his hand. I said, this guy's either TV license or one of these guys are trying to opt for charity stuff. Open the door, look through, I was like, hi, No, I called Ria, I was like, Ria, come see. She come see, and she goes, you open the door? I was like, babe, I don't know. I said, honestly, this is one decision I say I don't know. I was like, you know, fuck, I want to open it. Open it. I was like, hi, how are you? He goes, hi, I'm from TV License. We want to check if you...
I didn't even know TV License come to your house.
Oh, they came... I live in a flat, bro.
That's
they came
aggressive.
to the flat. I didn't even know how they got in.
That's very aggressive.
Yeah.
So they got in. I was like, open the door. I was like, hi. She was like, yeah. I was like, hi. We found out, we heard that you're not watching TV no more. You don't need TV License. We just want to come and check. We've got like a scanner or something. We want to come and check. I was like, no. I was like, my missus is filming at the moment. We can't just walk in there and film because we've already set this up. And for you to go and turn on TV, it's a bit of a complicated thing. He goes, okay, cool. That's fine. Are you watching TV? I was like, yeah. He's like, what are you watching? I was like, I'm watching YouTube. He goes, what on YouTube are you watching? You watching live TV? I was like, no. He goes, you watch BBC iPlayer? Then Ria said, yeah, the kids watch, what do you call this thing?
Super Potato.
Super Potato.
Yeah.
I was like, he was like, okay, cool. In that case, you need to pay TV license. I said, you watch Netflix? I was like, yeah, he goes, you need to pay TV license as well. So I was like, okay, cool, fair enough. Because Netflix now show live TV.
Yeah.
So I was like, cool, fair enough. I was like, how much it costs? He goes, 168 now, or you can pay monthly. I was like, okay, whatever, pay monthly. And I literally sat there and I was like, bro, this should never happen again. It's just this thing. Because what the heck? Just like that, come take He said it's lucky that I've come, because if it was someone else, the person would have fined you on the spot and you would have paid the monthly fee that you need to pay.
As well, yeah.
So he said, I'm just trying to be nice to you. Then he tried to catch me out. So he was like, oh, do you watch the football last night? I was like, nah, man, didn't get a chance, man. He goes, Real Madrid, like, he said, you heard about the football last night? I was like, yeah, I heard Real Madrid did well. He goes, yeah, man, they did well, man. You should have seen the goals. You didn't get a chance to watch it, yeah? I was like, nah. He's trying to catch me out, bro. I'm like, bro, I didn't watch it. Like, what the heck? So yeah, just paid for it and just moved on, man. But I was like, from this moment, I'm not doing that again, man.
Yeah. But that's the cost. The cost is crazy of everything. Everything just expensive.
Yeah, even wedding days, well, I think that's even another topic we get to in the future.
Oh,
right?
yeah, well.
But wedding days, that really blew me out of the park, man. Emptied my account, emptied everyone's account.
Cost of
That's
everything. Just because you make the mistake of telling them you're being married.
Yeah.
If I told you it was a birthday party,
You wouldn't say anything?
you remove all these zeros at the end of the bill.
Yeah.
I think, funny enough, our wedding day was not as expensive because it was just out of like COVID. Like when we got
COVID,
married.
yeah.
So we booked everything. You know, it was 2021 and we would have booked everything around May. So it was still COVID prices. So the venue we got on the day we were getting married, I believe it was £275 for that venue.
200.
On August 8th, the next year, that venue was 13 grand for that night.
I guess they were
Come
trying
back
to get
again.
back on. They're trying to get back on their feet, I guess, businesses as well.
But we made sure we got married at a time where it was like, nobody's gonna, they're not gonna have bookings these times. So we're gonna take that day. Do you get what I'm saying? And it was one of the most beautiful venues. So.
Love that, man.
Smart.
Right,
Love that.
Before we wrap up, I was just going to ask, as I guess men that are now married for 2-3+ years, what have you had to kind of learn and adapt to in marriage? Maybe bad habits or anything that you maybe initially came in with that you've had to put to one side with your partner?
I think it's one thing I've had to learn straight away is that it's not only about me anymore. Back in the day, like, I used to just do stuff for myself and not think about my missus. Obviously, I was not saying that I'm like coming across as like I don't care about it, but I just do things and not think about, okay, cool, what time am I coming home?
Yeah.
What time am I doing this? I think about my parents, but I think about what time I'm coming home and that sort of stuff. So yeah, just thinking about more about her and, the house and, all that sort of stuff, really. So.
Boy, for me, there's a lot, but I think being more long-term, like minded. Like I'm very much a maverick. Like I'm one of them insane guys that in 10 years I'll be a multi-millionaire. but the story will be, or would have been, that I got, this and that, and I fell off and I almost died, and in that back of my mum's car. Yeah, do you get what I'm saying? But that's very much me. Like I'm a nutter in that way. Like but that doesn't work in marriage. Do you get what I'm saying? You can't be a maverick in marriage. So when I was like when we first got married, I was working a job that I didn't really enjoy. And bro, within the first couple months, I wanted to leave, and I was a serial job leaver. I'll get what? I ain't staying for what? I'm out. What? Yeah. No way. One thing about me is I can make bread. I can find ways. Do you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, I'm leaving it, but I couldn't just leave because actually I have to know. Okay, so what's the next step? Do you know what I'm saying? And marriage makes you start thinking, especially when you have kids. Yes. The next step. I'll say as well, I'll add these things because they're very big.
Get your notepads out, guys.
No, they're very big. The end of last year was rough. And I've told you, the last, maybe from September to December was probably the roughest months of our marriage for me in terms of mindset, how things were changing. So not in terms of our actual marriage, but little things that God was doing in my heart and mind that I wasn't necessarily prepared for. And me and my wife, we've been through a lot. While my wife was pregnant, she lost her mum. Oh, wow. Do you know what I'm saying? Yeah. This was in 2022, so not long ago. So we've seen some really rough times, days, and got through it because we genuinely love each other. That's really my N-word. Do you know what I'm saying? That's really mine. But last year, it was crazy because we were having so many different issues with where we were living, the flat, right? And even for me, content and stuff was working different. And God was challenging two things in me because I've always been known to be the protector and the provider. That's me. I throw money, splash money, bought my wife a Van Cleef for no reason. I don't care. But at some point, God was telling me, slow down. And I wasn't listening. What? Do you know what I'm saying? Bro, if for example, not that I'm not like that now, but now I have to think. But before, if we went out now to eat, get what you want, I'll pay. Don't even worry. And that's because my dad was kind of like that when he was around. So I'm I'll always be like that. Last year, I really learned that you have to manage, you have to save, you have to think about these things. But God challenged the provider aspect and made me lean on him in that way. The other side was the protector. This is really important because I'm a bigger guy, you know what I mean? 6'3", I'm a big guy, like I said, I did shot put, you know what I mean? I box a little, I'm really, you know what I mean? I can get down, you know what I mean? So being that guy means that anytime there was a situation, people turn to me in terms of protect. And that's me. That's just, again, like I said, I'm paternal in how I love. So no one can run to you right now and try and attack you. I'm going to stand in the way. Just because that's me mentally, right? So last year we had, and I told you about this, we had a brothel moving downstairs. We're above the brothel's downstairs. So I'm thinking, a brothel? What's going on? We went on holiday, we came back, we didn't know there was a brothel. We then saw some real, BBLified ladies walking outside, basically with no clothes on, coming into the flat. Then we saw them run outside, get some drinks and stuff and come into the flat. So we're thinking, what's going on? So I'm looking outside for about 2 weeks. I'm studying what's going on, because men were turning up to our flat. Random men. They were coming in and out. And obviously, my son's there, my wife's there. So I'm thinking, I can't just have random people turn up to our flat. That's not going to work for me. So I got to deal with this. Do you get what I'm saying? Now, if you know me, the way to deal with it is we're going to go downstairs. Yo, come out. Do you get what I'm saying? Come out now. I ain't got time for all that. Come out now. Do you get what I'm saying? So that was my mindset. That's how I'm going to deal with it. But every time I had to think, but what if
they've got a...
What if there's any kind of situation that can come back on my wife or my child?
Yeah.
Because when I'm not there, they're there. So what am I going to do? Now, if they weren't there, I'm cool. I'll take the cost.
Do whatever,
You know what I'm saying? I'm really from these streets. I don't mind. So I'll go knock on the door. I'll go and I had to every day think.
Is this smart?
Is this smart? And it was, when I say guys, there was times I almost cried because I was struggling in
Holding
myself.
yourself back.
Like I can deal with this problem today. Yeah, I might end up going to like, cause we called the police, we did this and that. People were saying there's nothing you can do, there's nothing you can do, there's nothing we can do, just file a report, da 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 da. Bro, it got to a point where someone came to the flat, I went outside, I stood outside, I hid. I ran out as that person left the flat and I said, hey, yo, and I was recording. Hey, do you know where the flat is? Da, da, da. Yeah, it's over there. Were you just in there? Yeah. Oh, was she good, yeah? Oh, yeah. Bro, I got it on camera. Yeah, she was good, man. She was good, man. All right, cool, thank you.
Oh my God.
Bang to rights.
Put it in my thing. Yeah, now I've got them. Boom, boom, boom. I've told the police are like, yeah, send that in. And then someone told me, don't send it in because somebody will use it as evidence against you. That you were actually trying to go there.
Oh.
So I'm like,
Oh, yeah, that's smart you did it.
So I'm like, it's just so much complication. And I remember that day I'm thinking, oh, my wife's telling me, you know what, babe, we gotta move. We can't even live here. Because they had been doing so many, you know, they had an Airbnb there for a year. Like they were just messing us around. So that you have to move. It's not safe for us, it's not safe for the baby, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, moving takes money.
Yeah.
Money's tight right now.
Tight, yeah.
So all of a sudden I'm just like, I can't deal with this. Like, I remember, I'm like, cool, you know what? I need to get us dinner. As I've gone to my car, someone's told me, yeah, you know that we could actually just grab one of them as they come out of the flat and we just grab it them and tell them
Yeah.
One of my neighbors upstairs. So I said, look, I'm
If
on
you're
that.
if you're on it, I'm
But look, I'm very much like, you have to know I'm on that.
Yeah.
But are you? Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he said, yeah. So I've gone down, he's brought his son downstairs.
How old is his son?
No, he's like a young guy, but he's you know, it's bodies.
Yeah.
So I'm like, cool. But I'm looking at him, he's nervous.
Yeah.
So I'm saying, look, buddy, if you're not on it, it's okay.
Yeah,
You
get
don't have
out
to
of the
do
car,
this.
get out of the car.
You don't have to do this, you get what I'm saying? Because I'm good, I'll stay. You want me to rough up a man? I'll rough up a man.
Yeah.
But I need you to, because where this could go could be anywhere.
Yeah.
Do you get what I'm saying? He said, you know what, no. So I said, you know what, I'll put a note on the door that says, this thing is being investigated by the police.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This flat is being,
Yeah.
so I put that note on the door. We go upstairs. Bro, imagine, I've come back down, they've taken the note off. And I'm seeing boys that are coming into the flat that are man them. It's not,
Yeah, of course, man.
do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
These are man them. So I'm like, all right, cool. So that means this might be long. And I might have to prep myself to do something else.
Yeah.
I'm like, but that's not right.
Right, yeah.
This ain't gonna work. So bro, I've gone downstairs, I've gone to my car now. I'm thinking, God, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I need to get us food. So I'm like, oh, obviously, luckily, thank God, I got a Wingstop black card. So I'm like, you know what, let me get my wife Wingstop. She's gonna be happy. At least we can eat, boom, boom, boom. As I get into my car, there's a guy that comes downstairs. He's a police officer and he lives in our building. So I'm like, what?
What? Has he been
police
here all
officer? So I tell him, this is going on. He says, oh yeah, there's not much we can do. Just keep filing. Bro, as I'm driving, I'm like, God, honestly, I feel like it's like I can't provide, I can't protect. I don't get what's happening. Like, I'm just struggling. And God's telling me it's because I'm the provider. I'm the protector. Lean on me. Okay, I'm trying. As I get to Wingstop, I get the food. I pray with my mom. I pray with my pastor. And that's the thing God's saying. You're not the guy. I know you had to be the guy, but you don't anymore.
Yeah.
Trust me, lean on me. I'm your father. Like, I got you. So I did that. Cool. I stopped worrying about it. I took the food. I went upstairs. We closed the door. Boom, boom, boom. We ate. Went to sleep. Right. I get a text at 12. Oh, I think our neighbor called the police. Why? She heard screaming in that flat. Huh? I run to the door. I go see the window from my window. Bro, police, 2 cars. They've got the thing. They're about to knock down the door. I'm like, oh my gosh. Boom, boom, boom. All of a sudden, they've got in, they've been let in. They're shouting, screaming. I'm seeing them dragging out the same boy that I saw coming, dragging him out. He's spitting, he's shouting. They've taken a big duffel bag out. Boom, boom, boom. I'm thinking, what? They've taken a young girl out. She's gone into a car. She's come back, boom, boom, boom.
Crazy.
And then it's like 2, 3 a.m. I'm waiting, because I'm watching everything that's happening. I've gone out to the officer. What's going on? And my neighbor from the one that kind of went back home, he comes down. He's like, yeah, what's going on? The police officer said, I can't lie to you. It's like the perfect situation. We got one call, because you guys have been filing it. Because you got one call, we had one call, we could come down immediately. And as we came down, your neighbor, who's a police officer, happened to be outside. So he gave us all the context.
Yeah.
So we were able to deal with it. So we're like, what's going to happen now? The boy's likely to be on remand or whatever, but he's not going to be allowed in this area. And it's likely they're just going to pack up and go.
Mad.
That night, the night I gave it to God,
It happened, yeah.
Everything
it was
changes.
gone.
Happened, yeah.
As in, they never came back.
Mad.
Like, and I swear, I've been holding on to that since then. That God is protector and provider. And I came into my marriage with that mindset. I remember, even after that, I had to have a conversation with my wife and apologize and be like, you know what, for a long time I thought I was the guy.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm the guy.
God is.
He is. I'm leaning on him and I want us to lean on him. And yeah, man, changed everything. And this was literally
That's
a couple
a
months
crazy
ago.
story, fam. I remember you telling me about it, and I remember I told you my story as well.
Yeah.
And I was like, flip sake. I was like, how we both going through this at the same time after? I didn't know your story was that.
Oh, bro, it got
My one got
so
diffused.
intense.
My one got diffused.
The people that was in your
That's got the bong.
Yeah,
They
yeah,
fit the bong.
yeah,
Yeah. And they got arrested straight away.
No, it got like to the point where like I'm thinking like my wife's got, you know, good family. That if we make a phone call, they'll be happy to be down there.
Yeah.
You know, I'm a madman. She knows madman.
Yeah,
We know
yeah,
man. Do you get what I'm saying? We've got madman
we know
around
mad
us
people.
that we can do mad stuff. Do you get what I'm saying? But it was the first time that I was like, yeah, no, you can't do this.
I can't help.
You can't live like that anymore.
live like that, yeah.
And you got to trust God in this situation. Oh man,
That's crazy. Man.
What a lesson.
That's a mad story, bro.
it's a lesson, man. Big lesson, and I thank God for
I
it.
always tend to remember, like, if you hit rock bottom, and no matter what it is, whether it's like you said, you can't help a situation or you're financially, you know, finished. Like, if you hit rock bottom, it's God literally telling you, I'm the rock.
Yeah.
I'm the rock. You needed to come down
down
here
to-
to remember that I'm the person you lean on in these situations. And then, you know, we'll start again. I can prop you back up and, you know, fix things. But sometimes I guess we forget, you know, this is what is, you know, who we kind of owe it to, sort of thing.
Yeah, and that's it. And I think no position is permanent. Like even what you're saying, like I learned last year that, and I've said it in a YouTube video, I said it to other people, that the distance between rock bottom and sky high is not very far. It's not very far.
I hear it.
And you can see yourself at either point at any time. Do you get what I'm saying? And that's why it can't be circumstance that dictates emotion, feeling, and how your view of life. It has to be God. It has to be, you know, what he has told you and what you know of him and what you know to be true that dictates how you feel, because your feelings will lie to you, and circumstance oftentimes will make things seem like, there's no hope. Do you get what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? Like when I say like everybody told us there's nothing you can do, like this is it. You just live with at a brothel. Like, that's it.
Crazy.
And it's like if I had to do something, bro, I won't even say some of the stuff that like
You come to your
came
phone.
for your
bro,
mind.
like
Yeah.
I picked up something and went downstairs and had to think,
It's worth it.
go back upstairs. This is not smart, because I've always been someone that feels like if you think you're mad, I'll show you madder.
Yeah.
And even if it's that police are involved, then at least it will get dealt with.
Get dealt with,
So
yeah.
even if they arrest me, at least police have come.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, let me make them come. If you're not gonna come because I've called you, like, bro, even when I was in school, I would take people like, because I wasn't a kid that was trying to be a bad kid, but if someone was disturbing me, I'll take them to the teacher.
Yeah. So yeah.
Go and say what you were doing, because I'm telling you, teacher, I'm going to batter it. Now.
Do something about
if
it.
you don't do something, I'm going to.
Precaution.
Do you get what I'm saying? I'm going to do something. And I think that's always been the mindset. But this was the first time again. It was like I had to just take it to God and be like.
Yeah.
And sorry, last thing. The thing that really helped was, you know, because everybody says vengeance is the Lord's, vengeance is the Lord's. That's what they use to comfort themselves when, you know, someone's done dirty to them. And God told me, like, I felt God say to me, like, that's not the scripture I'm giving you. The scripture I'm giving you is that all things work together for your good. So actually, instead of wishing bad on the person that's done wrong to you, think about the fact that the thing that they did, actually, I'm going to use it for good and not for bad. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so that gave me so much peace, because it didn't make me carry and harbor hate for the person or the guys in the brothel or landlords or anybody. Actually, I said, well, whatever you're doing, it don't matter, because he will make it work for me.
Yeah. Wow, what a story from.
It's a crazy story.
I didn't know
but
when the
it kind of, you know, rounds up everything we were saying. Well, we started from marriage and, you know, what does marriage look like and stuff. But even with that as an example, it's just like, sometimes you can't act in a way that is going to leave others in trouble.
Yeah.
You can't.
And
There's
stuff
no
like
way, man.
you have more to look after now. You've got more to protect,
More to lose,
sort of thing.
Yeah, you could do it back in the day.
Yeah. When it's
But
just you.
can't.
like,
Yeah, when it's just you, do you get what I'm saying? You could, you know, you get into a fist fight or whatever, and whatever. It's calm, and you know, I think that's a whole different conversation because I grew up, you know, I grew up in Hackney, moved to Enfield, blah blah blah, and you know, you grew up with a certain bravado and just how you move. But like, I'm 32.
You can't be moving like that.
Them, the young boys don't care about me.
They're more skits.
They don't know me. They don't know me.
Yeah.
Back in the day, something happened, I'll be like, what? I know my man. Right, cool. That's how older. Now, I don't know anybody. I'm 32, bro. The only person I know is Constable, whatever. I don't know anyone.
And even the people that, you know, they probably even getting on with their life
They're
now.
old.
Yeah.
I'm saying I know my man. Right, tell him one that works in lad books.
Literally. like,
Yeah, I guess. Do you get what I'm saying? So I think that's the thing. It's like you change, you have to rewire your mindset, and yeah, man, kind of think different. You know, and yeah, but that's maturity. That's growth.
That's it.
For sure.
That's it.
Well, hey, that was a great story, great episode as well, man.
Yeah.
Honestly, happy, man. It's great to have you on the podcast. Where can they find you, bro?
Everywhere. Happy the Creator. Just Happy the Creator everywhere. Happy Music on most platforms too. If you want to see music stuff, everything is kind of out there. Happy the Creator.
Subscribe to his YouTube channel as well, man.
YouTube
Sick
channel.
as well,
And
I want to see more of your family page.
yeah, he was talking about it.
we used to. Do you know what it is? Yeah, this is so funny story. We were posting on the family page because, like, my son is very interesting. He's such an entertaining child. Like, when people meet my son, they say, "Oh my gosh, like, you guys have done such a great job," and we're like,
Oh.
we watch him. He's just doing stuff. Like, it's not, we didn't teach him. He just woke up and started doing stuff. You know what I'm saying? So that's all him and I don't know, Miss Rachel, whoever. But like,
Big up to Miss Rachel.
yeah, big up Miss Rachel. But he's so like cool and interesting that I'm like, oh, I would love to put more out. But there was a day we put a video out that was like nice and cool. And my mum messaged me and she said, oh, nice. I love this video. It's nice to see. She said, just remember, not everybody is happy with your happiness.
100%. 100%.
Bro, when I say ask my wife, that day we could have deleted everything. We could have deleted our live footprint, our digital footprint. One line.
Yeah.
One line.
Yeah.
From thinking, oh, maybe it'll be a family content. Like, what, from that, it disappeared, that dream.
Yeah.
She said, just remember, not everybody's happy with your happiness.
It's true.
When she said that, yeah. So that's why I'm like, that's the only reason we don't post more. We would.
Keeping,
But that thing is so hard to get out of my brain.
I remember the time, obviously this is off topic. I remember the time, when Kendrick Lamar was when the whole beef was happening with Kendrick Lamar, and I think Drake dropped Meet the Grahams. So this before Drake dropped Not Like Us. Someone in Jamaica posted a clip of Kendrick Lamar's family, a family photo of him and his wife, his kids, on fire in Jamaica around the shrine. And I said, whoa.
Around the shrine?
Yeah, bro. It was on Twitter. I said, whoa.
God forbid.
This is
why.
What do you want me to do?
Wait, first of all, where did you get that picture from? Kendrick Lamar was wearing...
Like, and I'm not shook of nobody in it. But I still, just because I'm not shook, I don't want to put my son's face everywhere.
Of course,
and let everybody be... And don't forget, this is a madness, but you know that now there's like weirdos that do stuff with AI that will take the faces of your children and go and start doing madness. I'm like, come on, man. I don't have to kill nobody. You know, so that's why I'm a bit like... And I'll tell you, like, we make videos. And then I'm like, okay, edit. This looks good. Okay, grade. Add caption. Okay, yeah.
Delete.
As I'm about to post, not everybody's happy with your happiness.
You hear it.
Delete.
It's out. Yeah, man. So, but hopefully, I think eventually we will start. I don't know.
For sure. I've got a story for another episode, but I think, I'll probably drop another episode. We had a weird encounter with...
I remember you saying,
bro.
Yeah.
That was the weirdest day.
With Ria's fan.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, see, we've had that as well.
What, like...
It's just odd. And that's why I'm scared of the kids. Yeah. I don't want no one coming up to my son and be like, oh, like they know him.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
But yeah, man, bro, it's been a pleasure having the podcast, man.
Thanks for having me.
Sick, man. Obviously, we'll be dropping more episodes as, the week goes on. So guys, you make sure you like, subscribe and comment. Follow Happi's channel as well. And stay dedicated because we're dedicated. Peace.